Irongate just answered a whole lot of people's questions regarding the 1.0 release of Valheim in the form of a helpful FAQ. For those unaware, the release date has already been set and announced. You can expect Valheim 1.0 to release on the 9th of September, with the final biome, the Deep North, as well as some overall game changes and optimisations. Do I need to make a new world when 1.0 launches? As usual, your world will receive new content even if it was created before the update. Although biome generation will only work properly on areas that have not yet been explored. However, we always recommend that you start the game over from scratch to get the best possible experience. To elaborate on this answer, when you explore a world in Valheim, it will generate any parts of the map that have yet to be loaded before within a certain radius. This radius is a good bit further from you than it visibly uncovers on the map. As you'll notice, your view distance is already further than that. On a server, you'll likely see high lag when grouping a new area of the server due to this generation. Any parts of the map that have been generated ever are stuck that way, and so only the parts deep into the unexplored areas of a map can be generated with the new rules and content from the update. Remember, those are the unexplored areas of the map for everyone. So if one person on your server of 10 people has been there, then it's been generated for everyone. What happens to my saves at the 1.0 launch? Nothing. Your old saves will still be where you last left them, and you can continue to play with them if you like. Will Valheim 1.0 have achievements? Yes, there will be a whole bunch of them. Can I get achievements if I keep playing on my old save? What if I'm playing with cheats? The achievement system will begin to track statistics from the moment you download the 1.0 version. This means that an achievement connected to killing Eikthyr, for example, will require you to kill Eikthyr again, even if you've already killed him 500 times previously. There is a system in place to prevent achievements from being unlocked if you have cheats enabled. Some dev commands such as freefly will be exceptions, but using most commands such as spawn will place a flag on your current character and world save, informing you that it is permanently locked from getting any achievements. Characters that have used cheats before 1.0 will also be marked in this way. There will also be a confirmation required to enter a cheated state after 1.0. to prevent you from accidentally marking out your character and world as cheated. Items that have been spawned in will also be marked in this way. If a non-cheated player character picks up a cheated item, they will enter a temporary cheat state. Temporarily cheated characters are locked out from unlocking achievements while in this state, and can become eligible for achievements again if they throw out all cheated items from their inventory. Cheated items will be visibly marked as such. Some world modifiers, such as hammer mode, will also lock achievements. Hammer mode counts as a temporary cheat. Honestly, this is a more comprehensive anti-cheat system than I was expecting. It's a really nice touch for freefly to not be included as cheating, as while it can definitely be used to cheat, it is also often used to just get amazing screenshots and video footage. Will 1.0 be playable with mods? Just like always, it takes some time for mods to be updated to be compatible with the base game. Since we don't have any official mod support, we cannot guarantee that any mods will be functional when 1.0 releases. Since we have no mod support on PC, there will also be no mod support for consoles for 1.0, and there will be no Steam Workshop featured. It's kind of a shame that mods won't be officially supported, but it also makes sense. As far as I know, proper mod support can be a lot of extra work and time for their already small team. Will there be a public test branch for 1.0 before release? No, we want everyone to get to experience 1.0 at the same time. I'm very happy about this. I found the previous updates hitting public test first to be a little demotivating, as it's hard to ignore new content being in thumbnails on my homepage ahead of the release and not wanting to add to that, meaning I've not covered them. I'm glad they're doing it like this. Can I head straight for the Deep North when I've launched the game? You can, but it's our recommendation that you start over. They recommend you start over for a number of reasons, largely the answer to the first question regarding generation of new areas of the map, but they will have also made some early game and more foundational changes. A new game and final forever world would be the best move. Will the game continue to get updates after 1.0? We will continue to improve the game with bug fixes and quality of life stuff, though for exactly how long the game will continue to receive updates is currently too soon to say. Likewise, it is too soon to say whether or not there will be more content added to the game in the future. But as always, we will be sure to announce any news on our channels. Will 1.0 feature any updates to the ocean biome? No. The 1.0 update focuses on the deep north biome. There is some new content for the rest of Valheim as well, but nothing that is specifically focused on the oceans. This mixed with the previous about there being no confirmed additional updates after 1.0 is interesting, as there had been lots of talk before about the ocean biome having some work done to it. I'm still hopeful they'll drop an ocean update eventually, but the fact it wasn't a small pre-1.0 release is a bit of a shame. I have a large build. Will 1.0 have optimisations to make it run smoother? While 1.0 includes optimisations to some areas of the game, large builds in particular would not be highly impacted by these changes. We do, however, plan to continue working on making the game run even smoother after 1.0. Some of the optimisations that will make it into 1.0, however, include decreasing the micro-stutters that occur when loading new zones in and out of memory, faster saving, and many other minor optimisations here and there. Optimisations are very welcome, especially ones for multiplayer. Multiplayer can get brutal with lag. On Baylor's Rest, we've been using mods the last few years, including connection optimizing mods. Having that in vanilla would be very nice. How many players will be able to play on a server? Just like it is now, Valheim 1.0 will be a game for 1 to 10 players. I can see why they haven't really changed this considering lag is still a thing. What will Valheim cost at 1.0? Valheim will receive a new price of $29.99, though there may be regional differences. This price change is made since Valheim will transition from an early access game to a full release and therefore will offer a full experience. As of writing this, Valheim is currently 50% off, going from $15.49 UK to $7.74 UK. Honestly, 30 quid is easily a good price for this game if you like survival crafters. Valheim is one of my all-time favourites and a real showing of how one can be made very well. This is my opinion, completely unrelated to Irongate. I have well over 2,000 hours in this game, easily worth the price. If I have the game in early access, will I need to purchase it again after the 1.0 release? No, your copy will simply update to a new version, same as always. On which platforms will Valheim be available? Starting on the 1.0 release, you'll be able to purchase Valheim on Steam for Windows, Linux and Mac, in the Mac App Store for Mac, in the Humble Store for Windows, Linux and Mac, and in the Microsoft Store for Windows. Valheim will also be available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch 2 for purchase in these platforms' respective digital storefronts. That's a really solid platform lineup, basically the same route as No Man's Sky for their availability, pretty much anyway. How large is the estimated download size? Valheim 1.0 will be about 4.3 GB in size to download on most platforms. Xbox One will be slightly smaller at around 3 GB, while the Mac App Store and Microsoft Store versions will be about 6.5 gig. Will there be crossplay? Yes, Valheim will support crossplay between all platforms. This is a very nice addition. Will there be cross-platform save progression? If you are playing on an Xbox, you'll be able to access your saves from a PC, provided that you launch the game from the Microsoft Store. Beyond this, there will be no cross-platform sync for your save files. So, crossplay yes, but not cross-save. Crossplay is the important one, allowing you to play with friends regardless of your individual platforms, so that's good. Hopefully that answered your questions regarding the 1.0 release of Valheim. Now is an amazing time to get the game and maybe give it a try before going ham on your forever world on September 9th. For you newbies, here are 2 beginner guides. Peace.